Thank you everybody for joining us for the first Link Builder Zoom. Great to have you all. We do this every month, last Tuesday of the month, and we have one that's at 1 p.m. my time, but it's 3 p.m. Eastern, and then we have one later on in the evening for me, just so we can kind of cover for everybody, try to meet everybody's needs. So what we do is we try to go ahead and share what we did last month, how we're doing this month, and then cover any questions. And then also I try to share anything new that we've been able to do, any place new that we're able to share to. So, and feel free, everybody, to share anything that you have come across, any place where you're able to share WikiTree too. So we'll go ahead and get started with the year in review for last year. We did really awesome. I really appreciate everybody taking part last year. Some of you have been at it since the beginning, so thank you so much. We had some people just join new this month, so it's just really great to have more and more people helping us out. There's the G2G post for the year in review, and it has all kinds of stats for what we did last year. Total of 93 members took part, and we built over 17K links back to over 13K ancestors. And here's kind of a graph of how we did each month. So you can see when we first started, we didn't have the challenge tracker yet. And so as you can tell, we got the challenge tracker in March. I always say thank you, Alesh, for helping us get that set up. So it's awesome to be able to track so many different stats now from having the challenge tracker. I was just doing it all kind
of. I came in right when it was switching over. I think I came in February, and there was all this information about going into the spreadsheet, and I'm like, oh, and then it was like, no, we can fix this. We can
do this. Yeah, so I always give a shout out to Alesh for helping us with that, because it really does help. I was kind of doing all the numbers by hand, just in spreadsheets and everything. So I kind of still do it, but it doesn't take quite as much work. So it's really great. And as you can tell, the majority of our links are added to Family Search, Find a Grave, and Ancestry. And of course, they're not URLs, because the terms of service for Find a Grave state that they can't be an actual URL. We just put the WikiTree ID and then say WikiTree ID at WikiTree. So it just kind of gives breadcrumbs back to WikiTree that way. Ancestry, I kind of do the same thing. I just leave a ID in an ancestry record. I usually like a birth, marriage, or death record. And then Family Search, you can actually link back. So you can have the full URL as a source citation in there in the sources section. So there's lots of different ways you can link in Family Search. So that's how much we did last year. So it's pretty cool to see what we've done. And here are our highest performing members overall by the number of ancestors is the first table here. And then the second table is by the number of links, total number of links. Pretty much the same list, just kind of in a different order. So thank you again, everybody. Really appreciate it. And then here's a little PS, the images of each quarter, the breakout by site. So it's really fun. Of course, all the images are shared to the Link Builders Challenge Space page, which is also linked here. All right. So this month, so far, we're doing really awesome. We have the most amount of members taking part. So the most members we had last year in a month was April. We had 29 people take part in April. Well, January, we so far have 40 people taking part. So yeah, exciting, huh? That was great to see. I was really excited about that. So just awesome job. And
We really need to figure out to do some kind of an outreach for this because this is so simple to do. I mean, this is probably one of the simplest challenges there is out
yep,
there. We're all doing this work anyway. We're going to Family Search to find our people. We're going to, find a grave to find our people. It is absolutely just so simple to say, okay, I was here. I mean, that's basically all you're doing is saying, I was here. Here's how to go find somebody here. And we really need a bigger outreach because this truly is I think one of the simplest challenges there is to do.
it really is. But it's really funny though, because I get into doing it. I get into doing, adding profiles like for the Connectathon or something. And I just totally forget this, because I'm in the zone of adding, adding, adding. And
Mhm.
yeah, so I need to get better at adding it to my, um,
Well, I will admit that while I'm doing a connectathon, I'm not also adding this. But
yeah,
but because for me it's different. I guess mine might be different than a lot of people. I almost everybody I touch on WikiTree is family somehow, you know.
yeah, yeah,
So I'm always going back to try to improve and fix and clean up and whatever. So when I go back to look, what did I do in the connectathon? Then that's when I do
yeah,
the this one. But it's just one of those situations where almost every time we edit a profile, we have the opportunity to do a link somewhere because
yeah,
even if we're not looking for the link, if we
yeah,
edit a profile for any reason, if there is a family search link to it, if there's a find a grave link to it, we could just go right there and say, boom. And so to me, this is just a no-brainer. I don't know
yeah.
why there aren't hundreds of people doing this one.
Well, yeah, because I mean, if you think about it, it's only going to help to have more people looking at our
Yeah.
our profiles. So I completely agree with you. Okay, so somebody asked if we're manually tracking it. No, there is a challenge tracker. So I guess we are manually tracking it that way. But there is a challenge tracker. So you just go to the profile ID menu right here, and it's the first option, challenge tracker. And you can see my internet's really slow. Um, okay, and so there you go. It's right here, link builders, but it's not in automatic when you like for the Connectathon, it was automatic. This you just have to click the check mark here next to link builders challenge and then choose which of the websites that are listed here that you've done. So each one of these, it really helps with doing the stats to know where we're adding links to, and we can track then how many links were built back. So there's places like Discogs, Fandom, IMDb, and then of course Ancestry, Family Search. And then I've got other here just for like I put other when I'm doing a blog post and I'm linking back to those WikiTree profiles. So like I wrote a blog post for the 12 photos post from January, and I linked to several profiles, and that's another way you can build links back is to do that. Yeah. So that's how we get our calculations for how many links were built back to how many ancestors, so you can see what's being done. And that's what we're seeing here. So you can see again this month, the majority are at Family Search, Find a Grave, and Ancestry. Let's see. I don't know if I shared already last month. Might have been still in the works, but just in case it's not, I'm just going to review a new place where we can add a link back to. Let me go in here real quick. If you're taking part in the Holocaust project, this is another place that you can add a link to. Arlson Archives. I emailed with them about linking and got got an okay to do that on a profile. Oh, it might not have been accepted yet. So when you go to a profile and there's a record, you can see you can add a comment here. And they have said to please kind of follow a standard comment so that people know what we're talking about. So I've got on the Link Builders Challenge page, let's see, where is it at? I've got an example here. Yeah, here we go. With an image of what that profile looks like and the text, example text of what it needs to be. It can't just be a simple, what we have on some other sites. We really need to say what it's about that we're leaving, why we're leaving the link, but we can leave a full link here, a full URL. So it's pretty great. So anyway, just wanted to kind of make sure y'all knew about that one. It's kind of exciting that we're able to do that. All right, so let me just check in. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah, I know it's just great to be able to expand how many more places that we can add to. Does anybody want to see anything where we've left links before? Places like Discogs, IMDb, both places you can leave a full link, which is really great. Okay, Sean, you had a question?
No, I just wanted to see an example.
Example of which one?
I guess for me, family search would probably be
A good one.
one that
Okay.
I'm not quite sure. Yeah.
Okay, sure. No problem at all. Let me go ahead and just go to family search real quick. And I'll just go into, see who comes up. Just go into my grandpa's profile. I think I already have done him. So I like to leave it in, this is really old note, but I like to leave it in the notes because not only does it put it here, but it puts it in the collaborate tab. But you can also, so if you want to see what that looks like, notes are left here. The other place you can do it is in the sources tab. You can add a source of WikiTree. So you just fill out the source information and you can include the full URL that goes right there, which is really nice. I don't know if I had already done this on his. Let's see. Yep, here he is, Furman J. Robinson on WikiTree. So there's an example. And what I did too on this one, so here's the full URL, but on his profile, you can grab the copy citation. If you just click that, puts that in your clipboard, and you can paste it right into where it was asking for the citation here. So it looks like that. So it's kind of nice. And then another one that people do a lot is find a grave. So let me take you there real quick. Sorry, lots of stuff on that profile. Of course, I manage this profile, so it's a little bit more, but you can also leave a flower. And this is what we were talking about with find a grave with the terms of service. You can't leave the URL. So what we do is we leave the WikiTree ID. I think that's not right. Let me just double check. Sorry. Yeah, 27274. I was right. Okay. So this is just kind of our way around not being able to leave a link. We just leave the ID and then on WikiTree. All right. So does anybody else have a question or want to see anything else? 17 for 17 says create a source and family search for 17 WikiTree profiles using the family search match tool. Let's see here. I think the family search match tool just means that it's linking on their profile to here. Is that what you mean, Amanda? Let me just do.
I think that's what that is, yeah. And I always do that anytime if I link it to, if I do a link on family search, I usually do that match tool too, just so that it's in there.
Yeah, going both ways. Yeah, that's good.
There is a matching way, isn't it, that you can automatically put that source in it. Usually I do it manually because I don't have it through my like they're not my relations. But I thought if they were a part of your watch list, you can do it.
So let's see here. Oh, I went into it without. Okay, create a match. Yeah. Did that. Wait, we could not find any possible or likely matches on family search. That's weird because um huh. Let me go over to his profile here. Yeah, let me check in with the app developer on this tool just to make sure. So you're saying it should be leaving a source in here, Amanda?
Yeah, I remember seeing
And
something before
Stephanie?
where, you could link you link it your WikiTree and your family search, and then the source pulls it on. I can't remember where it was.
Okay, I'll see if I can find out some more information about it. And I'll get back to you guys. Oh, and Sean, yeah, usually I do try to add a suggestion to a find a grave profile. That's a great idea because sometimes they'll actually make a note in the biography of the find a grave profile or memorial about that too. So it's always nice when they do that. But the flower is really nice because it's always there. That nobody else has to approve it. So they only go away really when somebody else, if other people leave flowers, then they kind of go to the how many ever pages of flowers there are for the profile. Yeah, and that's what I do too, Amanda, is I have the family search as a see also. But you can also now enter root search if you just go here, add family search ID. So you can see it's already linked. So it should actually be showing up there. Maybe I just need to refresh the page there. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, doing that back and forth link is all really good because I don't know if you guys saw the Connectathon hangout where Sandy talked about ranking, profile ranks, how the higher the rank, it helps with people being able to find the profiles because they get a higher score on Google search. So pictures, links to other sites, all those things add to making a profile more desirable for Google to find. So that's all good for us. I can show you the way to add a link to IMDb if you'd like. This is great for like notable people. Let's see, let's just look at Bob Dylan as somebody that is in the connection checkers right now. We'll let that load up. It's taking forever for pages to load for me. Sorry about that. Just kind of a fun thing to do every once in a while. Take a notable that you're interested in and look at their profile, see if you can make it better or add links back to it. I know Elaine was talking about trying to do that for the connection checkers each week. So on IMDb, you have to have a sign in. Of course, most of these, especially places like IMDb and Wikidata and other sites, you have to have a sign in. Well, just like Family Search and Find a Grave and all that. So let me go get myself logged in here. There we go. Okay. So here's his profile. And just like on all these other sites, you can edit his page and just let it load there. And so down here, oops, I'm in the wrong section. Let's go to the bottom. Contribute to this page, edit, and then scroll down here to links to other sites under miscellaneous. And you can just say add one item, continue, and see Bob Dylan is, I was just on his profile actually. Let me go to my contributions. Okay, so here's his URL. Drop that in there. And then I've done quite a few, so it's preloaded with some I've already done. Just fill that in. So the link and then the description, and then check these updates and submit the updates. So just a really easy way to do it. Another place is Discogs. Let me log in. And this one, it takes a while for them to like approve you. Well, not approve, but it's like there's a waiting period before you can actually make an edit. So just be aware of that. If it's something you might be interested in doing, then I'd say go ahead and get it set up as soon as possible. So let's see. Let me look at the sites, make sure. Nope, no WikiTree. So just going to go into Edit Artist. And see, I have to press Edit Artist one more time. Okay, web links. And I just usually put it by the Wikipedia one. And then they want to know why you're submitting what you are. And that's all. You just preview and submit artist update, and you have to submit again. And that usually doesn't take very long to show up. In fact, I think it might show up right away. When I was the first few ones I did, it took a while for it to show up, but now it shows up pretty much right away. So it's nice. And those are nice because they are direct links, full URLs that you can add. So it's kind of cool. We like those ones. Fandoms are another ones that you can do. Like there's Wikipedia or TARDIS Wiki if you're interested in Doctor Who. Those are fun. So, it looks like Stephanie got us a picture there. Let me just see what that is. Oh yeah, so this is what you were talking about. Let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger.
Yeah, this is what it should look like, but the newer ones that are going through aren't. So that's, but the way I've just tested it and the newer ones aren't. So that's an old one that I've done where it's linked it and put a source in, but the newer ones aren't. So I don't think it is working correctly.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Yeah, that would be cool if that worked. So I'll send a message, see what's going on with that.
Yeah.
Very cool. Because that would be nice. Anything to make our job easier.
Yeah, so if it's on your wish list, you could just click it and then it should be able to
Boop, boop.
do the source. Yeah. This is how I originally got those source details. So I just copy and paste the same data if it's on my watch list.
Yeah. So do you guys have any ideas how we can really get more people interested in doing this? I'm open to suggestions. Maybe that's kind of what I was hoping that the Cubicle party would do, get more people. I try to send out word and I got the G2G post up, but yeah, I'm open to any ideas.
Well, I think part of it is being thorough in, if we could maybe position it as being part of the perfect profile, right?
Oh,
the complete profile.
Yeah.
Because, I see so many people, I mean, I get it that people are just trying to do this one thing. Like I constantly look back through my watch list to see, what is happening in my watch list, and my watch list is kind of big. And I'll see people, they'll go in and they'll change one thing, right? Because it's on the maybe a data doctor's thing, and they're
Yeah.
looking at all the things that have to do with this one little particular thing. And they'll leave all kinds of other issues that could be fixed, And I'm kind of like, well, if I'm touching a profile, I'm going to do everything that needs to be done to that profile, because why not? I mean, if I'm there, I should just be fixing it. So I kind of see this as something that we could kind of position as the perfect profile. the perfect profile doesn't have, it doesn't have any problems. It has, if there's, I mean, I don't consider my profiles to have what you'd call GEDCOM junk, because that was like the old GEDCOMs that would put in all this crazy stuff in there. But I do a lot of GEDCOM importing, and there are things that can be cleaned up from GEDCOMs, right? And so somebody goes in and they change one thing, and I'm thinking, gosh, you could have the WikiTree browser extension on there and just click the GEDCOM thing and clean it up and be done. And
Yeah.
it would take no more time than what you just did. But so many people get focused on fixing one thing at a time
Yeah.
that I think that they miss that, they miss the forest from the tree in this particular situation. We could kind of focus on making this part of the perfect profile. A perfect profile not only has all the things it needs for WikiTree to be considered perfect, but it is also bringing other people to it. So you're putting a link out to it, even if it's just one thing, even if it's just family search or just find a grave or just, whatever. If you're putting one link so that someone else who's looking for that person on another site sees it, then
Hmm.
that makes the profile more perfect. So maybe positioning it more as just not just a let's get links back, but when you're finishing up your profile, this is something that should be done.
Well, yeah, and I see it like uh, it should have, like, a profile should have, I mean, personally, this is the way I feel about it, but you should have links to everywhere else you can find that same person out there, right? Like find a grave, family search.
Mhm.
Even if there isn't a lot of information there, there may be in the future, right? So if you have a link there for that other
Mhm.
place, not only is it good because we have links to other places and it makes our profile more important because of that, it ranks higher, then it's also, you know, it's all around better. So yeah, I completely agree with you. It should be part of that. And also, just whenever somebody's making an edit, people should be aware, of course, that it making one little tiny edit when you could make one, really clean that profile up for more than just one thing at once is so much better for our data storage, right? Because each change, there's a change line item in the changes in the history of that profile. So it would be better if you could fit all the changes all in one change instead of, oh, I'm going to change a comma here and that's all I'm changing. Oh, and I'll make another edit for something else. Well, no, just make one edit and do all the things you're going to do.
Well, the cynist would say if you're being cynical, you would say, well, they're just trying to I fix this and then I come back and I fix this and that increases your contributions. But it's kind of funny because I go in and I'm like, okay, you fixed that, but look at these other things that are just there you could have fixed, so every time I touch, even when I go, when I go to the challenge tracker just for this, I've put them into like find a grave, or I put them into family search. When you go to the challenge tracker, it shows you if there's any other data doctor challenges, and I'll be darned, I can't leave until they're all done.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Right? I mean, all I did was go to add them to find a grave, and now, oh, I have to figure out all of these other things that are in the challenge tracker because they're there. If there's suggestions in the challenge tracker when I'm doing my link builders thing, I mean, you've got some underneath there.
Yep. This
You've
is
got some suggestions on that particular profile,
and I
and I
just fixed
can't pass
this
them
too.
up. They have to be fixed.
Yep.
They have to be fixed. So I get it that they're not everybody is like us. People who are really into it, we're trying to fix it all. But it's just like, what? You fixed that and you didn't fix this? What are you doing here?
Well, and it's like if you're in there too, it's an opportunity to add categories,
Mhm. So
which
many
gives,
things. You can do it all. I mean,
yeah.
I run if they've got if I touch something and there's a GEDCOM involved, I have to run the GEDCOM fixer, and then I even run the autobiography on top of that because it does other things that the GEDCOM fixer doesn't do. It's like it does all the categories for you, it does
Yeah.
all of these things, and I'm just really I'm just really amazed at how many times I see things where a comma gets changed, right? And that's it. And I'm like, okay, but what about the 5 things at the bottom that say there's, there's this and this and this and this and this and this that need to be fixed. So
I've got to
yeah.
say, I'm starting to feel like I'm back at work where you say, don't touch a claim. Look at the whole thing.
Right. We're
Don't
dealing
just
with
touch
the
one
whole.
piece of post.
Yeah, it's like when you go to your doctor and you go because you have eczema on your hand and he says, well, how are things with your mom? How are things at work? How are things at home? I mean, a good doctor is going to not just try to figure out what's wrong with the problem that you have when you get there, but he's going to try to see if there's something else that's going on in your life that could be causing the stress that's causing the eczema, right? So it's just like, so it's the same thing for me when I see one of these. I'm like, oh my gosh, there's suggestions. Okay, I guess I have to do these suggestions now.
Yeah, a holistic approach.
It's the holistic approach. You got to do it all.
Oh, that's great. I love it. Yeah, that's my kind of thing. I'm the same way. Yeah, so maybe we'll talk to the profile improvement team, get them to maybe add to their checklist, about making sure to link out. And I think they're getting more aware of things like that now because we've been talking more and more about SEO and adding links to other places and things like that. So hopefully that'll help because that's a great idea if we can make more people aware of it.
I don't know if something like a research party, like where we just get together and do some for a few hours type of thing, like the old, like not research party, but like a little party type thing.
Like the Discord party we do for projects.
Yeah.
Where we're just for a few hours, we're just all hanging out and
do some link building.
Yeah, I've been kind of thinking about seeing about doing that on Discord because we can also share a screen on Discord. So that might be kind of fun. It'd just be like a different way to go about it kind of thing. It would just be an opportunity to have a party and
discuss what we're looking at and what rabbit holes we're jumping down.
Exactly. Oh, that's funny. All right. Okay, so I can't close this out yet because I want to make sure there aren't some other places that I can add links back to. So let me see. I don't think he has a profile on Family Search but they do have notable people on there. Let's see here. Sometimes I have to add somebody to Family Search just so that I can gather all the sources together in one place. So he didn't have a profile. That's interesting, unless they have him under Bob Dylan instead of. But Family Search, they have profiles for famous people. So it's interesting that they don't have a profile for him as a famous person.
Do they not hide data that's living then?
Yeah, except for notable people.
Oh.
On Family Search. You can find living notable people on Family Search. That's why I was kind of looking for him because he's a pretty notable person. Yeah. I think for sure he'd have a profile, but it doesn't look like it. We were just kind of finishing up. Well, it looks like they have his parents here. Let me go ahead and grab. That is interesting. Okay. Well, anyway, I'll spend some time doing that. So how are you doing, Nat? Do you have any questions or you want to see anything about doing link builders? We just earlier we shared stats and how we're doing so far this month. So
I still can't believe it's only a few more days left. It's the end of January.
I know.
Where'd that go?
It's crazy. We're doing pretty good. We had, let's see, let me just double check something. I had it total set up here. We're doing really good. I was checking to see our total against last month and where we were with it. So we have so far this month, we're at 2,474 links built back to the 1685 ancestors. that is doing awesome. We are on track to kind of be up with last month. Last month we got 2,528, which is awesome. That was our highest ever for links built. Our ancestors linked back to the total we're at right now. We have beat last month by 70 ancestors, but our highest month that we haven't beat yet, was March of last year. We did 2011 ancestors last March, which is awesome. So I don't think we'll beat last March, but we built the number of links back total is getting up there, which is nice. So we just need, let's see, how many more do we need? We just need to build back 54 more links. I think we can do that to beat last month. And actually, that's our highest yet. So that would be cool.
I'm on it.
Get busy, y'all.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, I gotta get busy and add some too. I'm hoping to work on that some tomorrow. We were just showing earlier, Nat, somebody was asking, I think Sean left. We were building links back on Find a Grave, and we did IMDb and Discogs. What else did we do? Oh, we did Family Search. So if there's something you want to see, I'm happy to share. Of course, I edit these videos and get them uploaded to YouTube so that people can watch them on the replay too. So everybody's able to watch that after the fact. All right. Well, I guess if nobody else has questions or wants to see anything else, we'll let everybody get back to it. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining me.
Thanks so much, Azure. We'll see you next time.
Okay, bye.
See you
Bye,
next time.
Amanda. Bye,
Bye.
Stephanie. Bye, Danita.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Nat.